welcome back to my film and TV channel. Sorry, lose my voice, guys. A bit of a Christmas come New Year lurgy that's sort of hanging on in there at the moment. We're looking at Traitors. Yes, we're looking at Traitors. We've finished episode 3. Yes, I was a bit confused. I had to watch it on Saturday morning because, of course, BBC iPlayer had both the first 2 episodes, so the second one was early. But anyway, it looks as though they're going to be on iPlayer straight after. They've been recorded and watched on normal BBC. So anyway, I watched episode 3 of season 3, series 3. Yeah, 4 weeks, over 4 weeks. This 12 episodes. So they got a lot to kick out in 12 episodes. Please, there are spoilers on this. I am going to do it in sort of chronological order as things happen. And there's no hindsight in this. Whatever I say is how I felt as and when I watched it. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I'm right, I'm right. It doesn't make a lot of difference. It's just we all do it, don't we? We all have our favourites and non-favourites. And if you all like the same people, it'd be a very boring world, wouldn't it? So I'll do it in the order it happened, unless there's anything specific that might be mentioned that could crop up later on as well. So we started with 25, of course, which went down to 20. 13,000 in the prize pot. Episode 1 and 2 we lost Folsia, Jack and Alexander, who fell on their own swords. A bit more of those later, And we lost 3 faithfuls, Keith, Nathan and Ellen. Yeah, too early to really get any sort of love or hate for any of those 3, in fairness, but there you go, they're out. I don't think they'll be coming back, that's for sure. 3 traitors still standing, of course, were Amani, Linda and Mina, who Mina is my best so far of the traitors. I like Mina. I think she calls a spade, and she's yeah, if she's double dealt or she's picked on, she can fight back. I like it, I like her. And Amani, of course, is yeah, just chew up herself, as simple as that. Linda is just nothing. Linda's not much at the moment. I can't see Linda getting there to the end, but you never know. We'll see. But of course, Armani's making lots of enemies. At breakfast, Armani's outgoing personality, or arrogance, whichever you want to call it, is attracting attention. If she makes it to the end, she'll have to rein it in, that's for sure. Leanne rising to Armani. Play your cards close, please, Leanne. She's obviously my favourite from yesterday when I was chatting about episodes 1 and 2. I don't want her murdered so soon. And then she goes and tells Mina, which in theory should be bad, but I wasn't worried at all because Mina's not happy with Amani anyway from the sort of meeting of the traitors from the night before. So the fact she didn't defend her as well, all right, that might have been tactical, but for me, it just boded well that she's on the same wavelength as Leanne. But the trouble is, she knows Leanne's got capabilities now, so that's obviously raised Leanne's awareness to Mina, which may be a long-term problem for Leanne. I'm growing to like Livy and her genuineness in this one. Jake is a bit of a total shit stirrer. Correct about Linda, of course. More luck than judgment, I think, on that one. But he's now on Dr. Kaz's case, isn't he? Purely for the wrong reasons, I think, because he's a doctor and he's got a good bedside manner. Well, there you go. That's a good enough reason. And I like Dan as well. Who warned Kaz about what was going on. I like that, so he's growing on me. I'll give you a list of who I like and who I don't like at the end. Tyler's got potential. He's on to Amani, so keep that up, please. And later on, Amani did say Tyler hasn't a clue, so that was quite funny, wasn't it, at the time? Even more so later. Row the boat mission, of course, reasonable fun. Needed a big drum, really, didn't we, for the Francesca to sort of drum the stroke and get them all stroking. That would have made it even funnier. I assume the Vikings theme tune was copyrighted and couldn't afford that, so we never, you know, I was looking for Claudia to play it on a horn, but it never happened. And yeah, an early decision to leave Jake and Charlotte, of course, seemed reasonable, to stay on the first pontoon to get the fuel. Even though Jake sort of fell on his sword, he's not been a big favourite of mine. He's still on my naughty list at the moment. And then, of course, they had the problem with the next 2 pontoons. No one wanted to go for money. No one wanted to risk being murdered by putting themselves on the pontoon and not being up for safety at the end of the game. So a bit shitty, really, especially as Jake and Charlotte had already sacrificed themselves. And pontoons 2 and 3, £5,000 goes begging, which not great for teamwork. And there's not a lot of teamwork with this lot at the moment. The 4th pontoon, of course, is for fuel. So yeah, Kaz and Mina stayed on that one. Well done, Mina. That was probably good tactical timing for that one. Apparently Freddie's not posh, so he doesn't know how to row. I don't think I'm posh, but Platfields Park, Boating Lake, I mean, you do it. I mean, it's simple as it is. And you can't tell me, Freddie, with that accent, that his mummy's not taught him how to row. I'm not having that. But anyway, he was pretty useless, so he agreed to stay on the 5th pontoon with Maya. So that was all good. I don't quite like Freddie, as you know. He might grow on me, but at the moment, no. So task done, 5,000 in the bank, and at least some won't be murdered. But Jake isn't very happy, is he? He had to have it out. He got all riled up, the poor little thing. And of course, Dan confirms he's playing the game, and that's okay by me. But perhaps he could have been a bit more tactful, because all he's done is now he's put a bit of a tiger on his back as far as Jake's concerned. Although I don't suppose Dan's shaking too much, but you know, be a bit more subtle, perhaps, Dan, if you want to go on to win this game. But Jake's not happy. Jake's not happy bunny, is he? I'm not a fan of Joe. His wheedly voice and character just does me head in at the moment. Whether he'll improve on me, I doubt. And then we went to the round table, of course, and just pre-round table, we had a little interview with Amani, whose confidence was very high. Was it to be justified? Probably not. 18,000 in the pot now, of course. Jake might be a bit of a mardy, but he's picked up on both Amani and Linda as well, so he's doing all right on sussing out the traitors, I must admit. But Kaz, he drops Harold Shipman into the conversation. Kaz, I mean, the groans around the table. I mean, the groans in where I was watching it. I thought, I've never heard that name mentioned outside of a documentary or in a book or anything like that. But I don't know what Kaz was doing. He was trying to defend himself, but I don't think whichever way you're going to defend yourself, bringing Harold Shipman into it, I don't think is the right way. So Kaz perhaps didn't help himself with that one, but hey, never mind. And of course, Mia, before Claudia tells him to vote, throws her sister under the bus. It's as simple as that. I think most of us saw that coming, didn't we? I think that was on the cards. And Claudia let him have pretty much free rein to chat today, a bit more chatting than normal, because you know, if you've got lots to say and a lot of grudges, then that's how it should be. Yeah, and of course Amani, by the end of it, realising she's probably cocked it up totally, is close to tears. And yes, I had my fingers crossed. And it was a bit tight to start with, wasn't it? But of course, eventually, the votes just started totting up, and of course, traitors rarely stick together. So once Mina had put the boot in, yeah. It's just that was the end of that. I mean, especially the night before, when obviously Amani had told the others, Linda and Mina, to book their ideas up, in other words, but not the greatest thing. And it's bye-bye Amani. Well deserved kicking out, because as a traitor, she wasn't very good, was she? One of the worst traitors I've seen. And that's everyone's, you know, US, Canada, New Zealand, whichever. So she's definitely one of the poorest I've seen so far. Far too in everyone's face. It just was never going to work. Amani herself is 27 years old. She's from London and is a financial investigator. And she wanted to use the money, if she won, as a wedding, for a wedding and a down payment on a house. There you go. Perhaps your sister might help you, love, but I don't know. Not much chance of that, is there? So anyway, that left Charlotte, Freddie, Jake, Kaz, Mia, and Mina up for the possibility of being murdered. We certainly know one of them isn't going to be murdered, so that's no problem. I think Mia's now limited the chances as well of winning, unless she's recruited as a traitor as well. The sister, of course, because there's no way there would have been two sister traitors, I don't think, or I'm thinking that if it was there. So she's limited the chances of winning, because, you know, they'll know what she is. So eventually the traitors will try and kick her out, or, you know, to confuse the others, or etc. So she's struggling a bit now. Kaz is still the preferred, I think, to get booted tomorrow, unless, you know, as long as he doesn't mention certain doctors' names. But if he survives tonight, that's fine. I think the two Traitors would be wise to leave him in. They need to go left field, I think, with the pick on this one. So for me, I think the options of the 6, I think the options really are Mia, Freddie or Charlotte. And I think Mia should be left well alone. So really, for me, it's got to be Freddie or Charlotte. But we'll see. Who knows? And I say the way they were talking, it was as though they were going to do it to Mia. So just a strange one. And then, of course, at the end of the programme, we had an interesting epilogue, didn't we? We had a rail replacement truck, or a coach, or whatever. Are the 3 early losers coming back in? I don't know. Do you know? Let me know. Have you heard any whispers? So that'd be interesting. Which means that those 3 that were kicked out before they even had a chance, fair enough, get a chance to get back in it. I think that's all they might get. You know, a chance for one of them to get back in it, you know, might be voted for by the others or something like that. So, we'll see. So, to sum up, I think there's, excuse me, guys, I think there's some really nice guys in this season, to be honest with you. Probably nicer than other seasons, even accounting for other countries' versions as well. But it's still early days, of course. My best of the faithful so far, Leanne, Livy, Dan and Kaz are my favourites. Although, of course, someone like Kaz is digging a hole for himself. And just from the Traitors, as from day one, Mina for me is very strong, and I think she's going to do really, really well, whatever happens over the next 3 weeks or so. So join me back here for episode 4. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know your ideas. It'd be great. Let me, especially on that epilogue, let me know what you think's going to happen. It'd be great to hear from you. Hopefully by by next Thursday, when I'll do episode 4, I'll be a bit better health-wise. So please get in touch and let us know if you're enjoying it. Let us know what you're thinking, guys. It'd be great to hear from you. Please, if you are new to this channel and you've not watched it before, please, there are ways of trying to support me and what I do. If you can stay tuned, and of course, if you want to contact me, there'll be socials where you can get hold of me as well. So please stay tuned.
Right, a quick shout out before we go for my sponsors at the moment. P6505, they've got a little eBay shop. They sell movie posters from the 1990s and 2000s, some great films, some great actors. So please check the link in the comments section below and you'll go straight to the shop. I dispatch everything between 24 and 48 hours, so if you see anything there, you want to order it, you can also mention my name. I mean, they are sponsoring me, so I do my little deal as well, so you can get 10% off. If you buy anything, just mention me, so say Bernard sent you, and they'll give you a 10% reduction on your order price. My thanks to P6505. If you're interested in sponsoring the channel yourselves, guys, supporting the channel by sponsorship, just let me know. My socials are on screen there, so just contact me about that and we can have a chat. Other ways to help me out, guys, if you watch the ads, if the ads on this, YouTube ads, that helps in a very little way, but it all helps. All, you know, watch the pennies and pounds look after themselves, they say, don't they? Or the pennies or the 10p's look after themselves. But if you watch the ads or follow the links on the ads as well, that's always a nice way to support the channel. If you sort of hang on for it, I've done that. I watched other people's and followed the ads, just something I fancied, which does happen from time to time. Of course, you can support me by pushing that subscribe button as mentioned earlier, and that's of course pressing the button so you know when these vlogs are coming out. And of course, I'm always interested in your opinions, and of course, you can give us a like. That'd be wonderful as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully I'll join you very, very soon with something else. Until we meet again, I'll never ask one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, everyone. Bye for now.